Hello everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. Today we're going to make this Christmas gift card. However, during the presentation I will show you what it looks like when it's not a Christmas one. Comes in very handy. I love this set and I'll show you two versions of it. You open up the inside and the gift card is something you can pull out, and there's a little present in there telling them that there's a present in there. Or like I said, I made it a couple of different versions using the same stamp set with different sentiment, and then also I made a non-Christmas version. So we'll get to that. I'll put that off to the side. I want to let you know if you're coming to me on YouTube and you want the project sheet that has all of the instructions, or rather the cutting sizes, all of the assembly instructions, you need to go to my blog, which is stampmesilly.com. If you have any questions or if you'd like a free catalog, you can email me at jandufour@yahoo.com. If you would like to purchase anything from me, you can go to my online store directly at jandufour.stampinup.net. I'm going to put that up here. All right, so I have cut all of the pieces ahead of time just to save us some time. I have two different bows. I don't know which one I'm going to put on there. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then I have some scraps to cut other things if I want. But let's start with the card base. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put in, this is the measurements for this. This is a regular A2 card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. The first layer, which is this one, both on the outside and the inside, so you need two pieces. They don't have to be the same color. You can do whatever you'd like on that, but this is 4 by 5 1/4. Now we need to cut this little opening. I had 4 different sets that I could have used, and I decided that the one I wanted to use was Stylish Shapes, and I used this one here. I thought I had already cut that, so let's take it out. It's the smaller version. We'll put that aside now. And I will be back as soon as I cut. Hey, I'm back. As you can see, the way I measured this was I went down from here to here, and that's 3 inches. And then I did another one so that I would have a line so I would know it's straight. It's ink. I'll show it to you. It's erasable. I don't even know if you can see it. There's one right there and one right there. But it doesn't matter because this got cut out. Was what I was getting at. So we'll pull this out. This is new sticky tape, so it's really sticky. And what you end up with, well, actually, I have a whole bunch of these little flags, which I can use at some point, I'm sure. All right, so we'll put that aside. The first thing I want to do is get this glued and stuck. So again, the measurement for this and for the outside piece that we're going to use is the same, and that is 4 by 5 1/4. Now, there's a smaller section and a taller section. The taller section, oops, the taller section gets glue along the edges, all along the flag, and then I put some in the middle. On the bottom, even though I do the sides, you don't want to have any glue because that's where the gift card sits. So once you glue it shut, you'll figure out that that was not a good idea. No, I didn't do it. I know it because I figured it out ahead of time. So yay me. It's always good to have a yay me. Okay, so I'm going to give this a second to dry, which is why I was doing it first. And you know my very favorite press is the biggest block we have because that's all I use it for. I'm going to go ahead and put these layers together. Now remember, this is the same as the inside, which is 4 by 5 1/4. The DSP is, well, first of all, this comes from Shining Christmas. And I'll show you some other versions of it with Shining Christmas is Beautiful paper. It's foiled on one side and it has really pretty patterns on the back. This is 3 3/4 by 5. So we'll go ahead and put that on next. And then when we get to the next part, you're going to have to decide whether or not you are going to probably be mailing it. Because if you mail it, I would recommend that you not put dimensionals behind the saying. So just for thickness, this is probably more than 1/4 inch when you look at it, which means it'll be outside the norm. Plus there's these bumpy things on here, which I would not put on if I was mailing it. I will show you another option if you know you're mailing it. So it's just a couple of things to consider. It's not that it's so much heavier because I weighed it and it's still under 1, but 1 ounce, which is what a regular postage stamp covers. But it's just something you need to think about. Oops, and this is on crooked. Let's yank this over a little. I'm talking, not paying attention to what I'm doing. All right. So I know that I will be giving these away, hand delivering them. And so I am going to go ahead and get them elevated with dimensionals. I'm going to use 5. Nobody's really pushing on it. And I know what's going on inside, so I also don't want to have too much in the way of bulk in the center. Although you can't help but have it bulky because you're putting a gift card in there. But when you're hand delivering something, it's definitely easier to put something on there. I'm going to go ahead and take the weight off. That's plenty of time for drying. And then this way I can put this on top. It disappeared for a second, didn't it? Because I had it. I was using my 4th hand. My 3rd hand is my reverse tweezers. My 4th hand is my belly, which has been used quite a bit in crafting. So that's good. So these are rather bumpy, if you will. There's dimension, quite a bit of dimension to it. But I'm okay with that because, like I said, I'm going to be hand delivering this. I'm going to go ahead. These particular ones are called Faceted Gems Trio Pack. And I don't know if it actually says colors. It does not. There's clear. I would say this is probably Pool Party, but when you put it next to the green, I think it kind of all pulls it out. So I'm okay with that. And we're going to put another one over. So you put the center one in first, then you're only dividing this section. Whoops, that's not where it goes. I would say right about here. And then this one goes about the same distance. Right about there. I'm going to nudge it. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that. And then we're going to do the inside. Now this is well dried, and we will take, if you noticed, I did it in red the first time. We're doing it in, that is Cherry Cobbler. And this time I'm doing it in Shaded Spruce. So that fits right in there. So we're going to make the present. And again, I couldn't decide, did I want red or blue, red or the Cherry Cobbler or the Shaded Spruce. And so I had to audition it. I think I'm going to want this one just for contrast. Yep. All right. So a couple things. When you cut out the bow, first of all, bad me, I did not show you the sets. So Sending Cheer, I'm just using the dies for this one. You can definitely use some of these if you want to, a to and from on the inside. I'll show you a way that I put some additional stamping on the inside. And then the 2 sentiments I used were these 2. No, these 2. sending good cheer, and then I'll show you one that I made, one with this sentiment. So those are just stamps. Then I used the deckled rectangles. You don't have to do the rectangles. That's just for this. So if you don't have that set, you can just cut a square and it will look lovely. It's not something you have to have. Now, the presents, of course, if you want to put presents on there, you have to have. And when I first looked at this, I thought, this is not going to work. There's 2 bows. So what happens is you cut it out, and then cut straight across with my scissors and get rid of that bow. And then you put this bow on it. So let me put these out of the way. When you put the bow on, you do not want to put any high on the top of the bow. I would start with a little, and it really does not take a lot. Just put a little bit right there, one on the end, or some drippings on the end, a little bit on both ties. And then I'll hold on to it this way. Put some right here. Again, you know, some people are more comfortable, especially when you're trying to do little itty bits. We do sell a fine tip applicator. It does stay wet in there with this. It's got a super good cover on it so that it doesn't lose its thinness. You're still able to get it out of the bottle the next time. Some people use a paintbrush to put some on in little dabs. However, this is a little bit delicate as far as wanting not too much glue on there. So you'll have to just decide for yourself how to best apply it. Now, when you're doing the present, you want them to stick at the bottom, and I'm going to put one in the middle. But you don't want it up towards the top because that's going to be in front of the card. Now, if you mess up and you put dimensionals higher up, just put the present further down. But I know I don't have any right here, so I can lay it kind of like that. And there you have it. Sending good tidings in the season of cheer. Now, let me show you. So these are the 2 that I made, the cherry cobbler and the shaded spruce. You can decide which one you like best or do it in totally different colors. Now, I had already, when I was trying to make this class, I always have an idea, but I never know exactly how it's going to come out. So I try different things, which ends up with having multiples, which works great. So I used a different Still Shining Christmas. I don't know if you can see that, but it's foil and it's way awesome. Anyway, so I did the same thing. I used the 2 smaller decals and put this in here instead. I again matched the layer with the color. And then on the inside, I did the same thing and did that. Well, here's the thing. This technique, this card can be done without it being Christmas, which is awesome. So this one I made, Hello Friend. Again, use the same decals. It's exactly the same as this one. One of the differences is I'm using sequins here, which are flatter. So going through the mail would not be a problem. I also didn't elevate this up on dimensionals. Now on the inside, because it's Hello Friend and you might not anticipate that there's something inside, I wanted to say thanks. Again, I used the smallest decal and stamped using this set, Biggest Wish. You can, you see them in, like it says hello, and then you could put friend in the middle in a darker color. You can do all kinds of different things with this. I just did a simple thanks, put the card in. But as you can see, it's totally not Christmas. So, and there are other phrases you can say instead of thanks if you were looking for a different reason for sending the card. But anyway, there you have it. I will have the project sheet on my blog. Again, my blog is stampmesilly.com. My store is jandufour.stampinup.net, and you can email me with questions or requests for a catalog. Actually, you can request a catalog directly from Stamp Me Silly. It just says contact me, and it specifies that you want a catalog. Or you can email me at jandufour@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying your holiday season. I'm hoping that maybe not the next one. Yeah, the next one. The one after this, I hope this isn't going to be here. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. Consider subscribing by clicking subscribe below and then the bell, and you'll be notified when I post. I generally post only once a week on Wednesdays, unless there's a flash sale like free shipping or some other incredible 24-hour sale. Again, thanks for stopping by. Bye.